No mention of abortion. No mention of sexual depravity. No mention of statist schools. No mention of institutionalized idolatry. We're talking about the problem of gas stations in defense of the common good here. What is wrong with you Christian nationalists? You got to be ashamed of yourselves.
And around you. Also, it brings a lot of noise. Because there's people coming in.
This is Karen nationalism.
There's large trucks coming in. There's various, there's going to be a lot more traffic going down your road. And
this can't be the problems that we're talking about. Please tell me these aren't the real problems that we're talking about in the defense of the common good. These are the Exhibit A problems. Please tell me this isn't it. If it is, you Christian nationalists are such a joke. You guys are such a joke. Let me just throw this out there. God does not concern himself with light pollution. That's not a problem in God's book. Okay? This crazy book that we don't reference on this YouTube channel called the Bible. How can we be a Christian nation and Christian nationalists when we don't concern ourselves with the problems that God concerns himself with? Our leader, our king, through him we live and move and have our being. Remember that? Remember that deity? Remember that being? Remember him? Maybe we should concern ourselves with what he thinks is a problem before we even talk about light pollution and gas stations moving in next door. Is this really the problems that we're talking about? This is pathetic.
And also it increases crime. Because typically gas stations are places where people commit.
This belongs on an HOA board meeting in some place I've never heard of, a place that I would never want to be in there, and I'm just going, hurry up, next. This is what this belongs. This does not belong in Christian nationalism. Are you serious? This is so sad. And none of this is disrespect to Dr. Wolf here, because he's talking about problems that he finds are important to him, and I get it. But just if we're going to be Christian in our Christian nationalism, we've got to remember there's a book called the Bible that tells us what the real problem is all the time. It always tells us what time it is, and it always helps us prioritize what the real problem is. And it just seems like the Christian nationalists are like, they don't reference that book. They don't talk about that book. It's all about, vain philosophizing and getting rid of the immigrants and having social order at the expense of justice.